Embracing innovation and change is at the core of Enactus CIT. Our team is fortunate enough to include people from many different walks of life, and as a result, that has allowed us to draw on a spectrum of experiences and skills for our projects. This could only be done in an environment such as CIT, where issues are challenged and diversity is encouraged. Where making new friends and new opportunities are allowed, which has helped us to flourish as the social entrepreneurs we are today, and use those skills to help our community at large. Especially in our journey in creating a better and sustainable world, I am Joshua Menard. We have Angela Johnson, Johnny Tan, Blake Rogers. We are from Enactus CIT, and we will be presenting to you two of our projects today, Project ACE and Project ECO.
When you're a child, you're entirely at the whims of adults, doing what others tell you to do. When you're a young, sensitive person with autism, your options are even more limited. We wanted to restore a sense of independence and confidence in the lives of young people with autism by giving them the tools and skills to work with each other and on their own. We wanted to show them what they're really capable of, even when others, and even they themselves, don't think they can.
Project ACE stands for Autism Cooking Education. So Project ACE is a service where we improve the life skills and well-being of people with autism. We strive to empower them by helping them gain confidence in their ability, and we do this with a really simple idea, where we provide them with baking and cooking workshops. We are currently running this project for the second year and are partnered with the Rainbow Club Centre for Autism, which is an exceptional organisation based in Cork that helps and supports children, teens and young adults living with autism. There are up to 350 families in the Rainbow Club and over 60 volunteers who give their time freely to help run the club. With the Rainbow Club, we teach young people from the ages of 10 to 18 baking and cooking skills to empower them to build up their skill set and their confidence to prepare them for greater opportunities in life.
Our journey began when one of our team members shared with us what life was like for her cousin with autism. Autism, as you may know, is a complex neurodevelopmental condition which can affect all aspects of a person's life, from communication to performance in school or work. In Ireland, over 14,000 students are diagnosed with autism, which is 1 in every 65 people. We carried out surveys on students and staff members in CIT, and we discovered the true lack of awareness and information people have on the issue of autism. This not only affects the perceptions of autism in the wider community, leading to chronic misrepresentation and misconceptions, but it impacts how society as a whole helps those with autism navigate the world at large.
Project ACE is divided into two stages, the pilot stage and stage 2. The pilot stage, which ran last year, involved a weekly baking workshop which ran from March to April. The workshops ran in the Rainbow Club Cafe as familiar to the students. We worked with 13 young people who were split into 2 groups, allowing an hour for each group. The students worked in pairs to develop their social skills. We had 9 Rainbow Club volunteers who are qualified to work with children with autism to assist our classes. From the workshops, we have discovered 3 main challenges that arise when teaching young people with autism how to cook. These are sensory challenges, fine and gross motor issues, and following directions. We decided to take this into consideration as we proceeded on to the next stage.
For stage 2, we are developing a child-friendly and interactive cookbook aimed at young people with autism. People with autism tend to learn and respond best using visual and graphic support, rather than through auditory input. Seeing it, rather than saying or reading it, helps the person retain and process information. From our workshops last year, we saw that having a physical and graphic representation of the recipes also helped young people with the learning of our workshops. We have done some research and we noticed a gap in the market for these types of books. We will be working with Valerie Sheehan, who is the author of Tony the Turtle. Valerie Sheehan is a professionally trained ASD tutor with 15 years experience working with families and kids on the autistic spectrum.
Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we were unable to have a direct impact on the young people. However, we conducted an introductory meeting where we briefed the management on our plans for the workshops. From this initial meeting, we have estimated that we would have directly impacted 10 young people. Besides learning baking and cooking skills, they would have learned the importance of ensuring health and safety in a kitchen and other life skills. We would have impacted the volunteers at the Rainbow Club, who we have equipped with the necessary baking skills so they can conduct similar workshops in the future, and the children's families who are elated to see their children's interest in baking at home.
Through our domestic efforts in CIT, we've been able to raise awareness of the issue of autism and bring it to a wider platform. This has also been possible through our social media presence, including the ACE Twitter account. Through our actions, we have successfully met 2 of the UN Sustainable Goals. The 4th goal, quality education by empowering the young people and volunteer with new skills, and the 3rd goal, health and well-being by positively impacting the young people's confidence to carry out tasks and build solid relationships with their classmates.
Project ACE impacted so much on the surface level alone last year that we were able to secure a sponsorship with Citibank. We used the funding to purchase better ingredients, higher quality equipment, and more importantly, transportation, so our team members could make it to the workshops to provide one-on-one time with each student, allowing the workshops to not only run more smoothly, but with a higher success rate.
With the book, we decided that the fastest and most convenient way is to begin with an ebook. The cost is affordable as it is online, and a lot of the profit comes back to Project ACE, with only a small fee going to the operators of the website like Google, Amazon and Apple. The starting price of the ebook will be ranging from €5 to €7. The operational cost of an ebook starts free, depending on the site we use. For example, Amazon. This means we make a profit of €5 to €7 for every book purchased.
Future plans. Our hard work doesn't stop here, and neither do our dreams for ACE. We're hoping to continue the workshops as planned next college year. We also aim to increase the number of workshops from 8 to 12 workshops per semester. We also want to turn our ACE workshop format into a viable model that we can replicate in multiple locations going forward. Our primary focus will be in developing the book. The cookbook will be targeted towards young people with autism. We can sell commercially as well as providing to the various workshop groups. Regarding the design of the book, we're planning to recruit a student in CIT studying graphic design. We will contact Adam Harris, the owner and CEO of Ireland's National Autism Charity, to help us promote Project ACE nationally.
The waste our world has been producing has been detrimental to our environment. Waste that is not biodegradable and cannot be properly recycled is filling our oceans and landfills. How many times have we heard about climate change, global warming, land pollution, marine life suffering from the waste we put in these oceans, and think that we should do something? We present you Project ECO, which stands for Entrepreneurial Compost Operation. Project ECO is an environmental initiative which aims to reduce non-recyclable but compostable waste like pizza boxes and produce fertilizer from it. The fertilizer generated will be then sold for gardening activities. This way, we can turn our waste disposal from parasitic activity into a mutual beneficial one.
Although paper food containers are made out of paper, they can't be recycled as they are contaminated by food oil. Hence, they are sent out to the landfills once they are thrown into the general waste bins. This waste, however, can be composted and made into fertilizer. This project started from an environmental hackathon in which we collaborated with the CIT Energy and Environmental Society. One of our Enactus members noticed that the CIT clubs and societies generates plenty of pizza box waste, and all of it was going to the general waste bins in CIT. After doing some in-depth research, we saw that paper food containers and food waste are 2 of the major producers of waste within CIT. All of this rubbish usually ends up in the general waste bins and is then sent to the landfill.
Ensuring that we have the right experts to tackle this issue, we brought in Dr. Niamh Power from the Civil and Structural and Environmental Department of CIT as our project mentor. Dr. Niamh Power is an expert in waste management and composting. We are also currently working with the CIT building and estate staff on creating a sustainable waste management framework on campus. This is done by creating an organised and systematic waste management process where all cardboard boxes on campus are disposed of in a separate bin dedicated for this project.
Project ECO's focus is also to raise awareness about proper waste disposal. We want to change the mindset of the student body at CIT on what it truly means to be a part of a community that protects the environment. This will be done through a marketing campaign that advertises our project, encouraging them to get involved in workshops where the students will be taught how to use the composter machine. Methane, which is one of the greenhouse gases that is 26 times more stronger than carbon dioxide, is usually produced by food waste from the landfills. Through Project ECO, we will be able to significantly reduce methane emissions. In addition, compost reduces and in some cases eliminates the need for chemical fertilizers.
This year, CIT have launched a biodiversity initiative which they plan to plant 1,000 trees in the next 5 years. Project ECO will play a key role in this initiative by generating the fertilizers needed to plant the trees. This will significantly save the CIT budget as there is no need to outsource the fertilizer supply. Furthermore, we strongly believe that CIT staff and students will slowly switch from using plastic containers to biodegradable containers when Project ECO generates awareness about its initiative on campus.
Project ECO has received €500 in seed funding from the Enactus Ireland Eco Challenge. We will be using the funds to purchase a composter machine, to organize workshops, and to market the project. During the pilot stage, we will be helping CIT with their gardening by supplying them with fertilizers that we have produced. In return, they will be providing us with a location to conduct our workshops. Our target is to produce 275 kilograms of fertilizer per academic year, and from our research, this could save CIT around €2,200 per year at €5 per kilogram. For the excess fertilizer that CIT could not utilize, we will sell.
The question and answer session will now begin. For Project ACE, what has actually been achieved since May 2019?
This year we have secured €1,000 funding from Citibank, and we also attended Citibank training events where we had the chance to improve Project ACE for this year's workshops. At the beginning of March, we conducted an introductory meeting with the Rainbow Club management. Here we briefed them about our plans for the upcoming year, but due to the COVID-19 pandemic, our workshops got cancelled. But since then, we have shifted our focus on our cookbook. We have completed our first draft of recipes, and we have contacted Valerie Sheehan, who is the author of Tony the Turtle, and she has agreed to help us in developing the book even further.
Have you developed the content of the book? Does it exist?
We have already developed the content of the book, and as I said in the previous question, we have completed the first draft of the recipes, and we are currently working with Valerie Sheehan in further developing the book.
For Project ECO, is this an established technology or have you developed it within Enactus CIT?
This is not an established technology in CIT. This is still in the planning stage. However, we already conducted several meetings with the building and estate staff, and we were estimated to implement it by the start of May. However, this is postponed due to the pandemic situation.
In order to scale Project ECO up, would you need to incur costs to collect paper food containers beyond CIT?
We will most probably need to incur costs beyond CIT. However, we believe that the most effective way of reaching out to communities is by conducting workshops and recruiting volunteers. This will reduce our cost. Other than that, this will also build up our image of supporting green initiative among the communities.
How big an issue is the waste from dirty cardboard? Can you quantify it, please?
CIT has 12,000 students and 1,425 staff on the main campus. In the main campus, there's 3 out of 5 food stalls that serves in paper containers and paper plates. Even if just 20% of the whole population purchases food from this food stall, assuming everyone just uses 1 plate per day, there will still be 2,685 plates being produced as waste and being sent to the landfill. If you do the calculations throughout the whole academic year, 26 weeks and 5 days per week, there will be 349,000 paper plates being used and sent to the landfill by the CIT community. Other than that, there are about 52 societies in CIT, with the largest society having 400 active members. Each societies, when they conduct meetings, they will usually purchase food like pizza and serve them on paper plates. For example, in one of the events that we conducted research, it's called Asian Night, and there are roughly 160 attendees in this event. In one night, they produced 8 bags of 21 liters compostable waste. These waste are all paper plates, paper containers, food, and compostable cutleries. And this is just one society and one event. Imagine 52 of them, and each of them conducting 5